up, Whitey Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's book nerdigan discussion is Reckoning, which is the fourth book of the Fallen series, and the reason why I'm using the same picture as I did in the Airy book nerdigan discussion video, because it comes with Reckoning comes with the Airy, and it is by Thomas E. Sniegoski. And Tom, I promised you would still get the hashtag 27B Day Extravaganza hashtag, even though my birthday was over a week ago. You're, almost 2 weeks ago. You're still getting it. So I have to apologize, and this is a reason why. And thank you, Minnie Popo, for showing the same freaking cover as last time. And I'm going to have it in the thumbnail, so deal with it. I know it's a crap excuse, but I'm trying to expand my mangaka, or manga nerdigans portion on my channel, and I got really absorbed in Attack on Titan recently. So yeah, I've read 80 chapters of manga, like almost 80 chapters of manga. No, I read 100 chapters of manga because I gotta include almost 100 chapters of manga because I gotta include the prequel in about, I think it took me 4 days because I was reading it nonstop. So I'm sorry, Tom. Please forgive me. So yeah, and plus I was recording all the manga and other crap, manga nerdigan videos, and the anime nerdigans on top of that. So Tom, I'm really sorry. Please forgive me. I'm recording the rest of the book nerdigan discussion videos now for you guys. For you, Tom. I'm doing this for Tom because Tom is my buddy. Anyway, so let's get to this. Oh, before I get to it, if you have not read The Fallen, Leviathan, The Airy, or Reckoning by Thomas E. Sniegoski, or have watched the book nerdigan discussions on the Fallen, the first 3 Fallen books that I have covered, why are you here? You are not going to understand a single thing I'm saying. And plus, when we get, by the way, nerdigans, I just started reading the Immortal City series. We are almost there. We're almost at the rant. And this series is going to come up a lot. I'm telling you. I'm catching up because I want to make sure that you get a fresh reaction out of me. So there you go. So let's get to the prologue. So we have the Malakim, Palil. The Malakim are freaking important. So, and you have Palil and his brethren around the glove acting as God's senses. And and what they're doing is they're enabling the Supreme Being to experience the wonders of the world he created. And Virgil says to the Malakim, or Malakim Palil, he says, I'm in need of something you have in your possession. And Palil says, and what could I have that would possibly interest you, little messenger? Ooh, that was a burn. Virgil says, you and the others of your kind are direct conduits to God, extension of his holy power receptacles for his wisdom and knowledge. I require information concerning the deconstruction of God's word, and I shall have it no matter the cost. Well, Palil not having it. Tread carefully, Virgil, for it is within my might to see you punished for your conceit. Duh! There is dangerous hate in Virgil, and Palil was putting him in his fucking place, and it was awesome. He says this. He says, insolent pup, you knew that they hadn't a chance against me, but still you ordered them to attack. Why? Is it your wish to die, Virgil of the Power's host? Do you attempt to save face by being vanquished by one greater than you? And for those that don't remember, in the Embrace series, yeah, the Powers angels aren't exactly the highest angels on the food chain. There's not as high as the Embrace series was weird when it came to angel rankings. Like Archangel was like one of the lowest, which was weird. Yeah, it was weird. But anyway, let's see. Oh, here it goes. The same archons that the Malakim, this is important. The Malakim made the archons what they were, because the Malakim trained the archons. There's only 5 archons now, and there's supposed to be 7. He trained the 7 archons in angel magics, and the angel magics are really important because the angel magics play a huge role in this series. And they froze Palil solid, and keeping him incapacitated while the blind Archon plunged a magical knife into his forehead so the Archon could read his mind. Archon magic is freaking insane, and it will destroy you from the inside out. You will see. You will see. Doesn't affect angels, though, as much as non-angels. But, yeah. And then, I have to say, like, okay, now we're going to get to the main part of the story. I thought it was so sweet, like, when we're going through Lucifer's, I love when we were going through, throughout this book, and in general, throughout this series, when we're going through Lucifer's memories, and we see how Lucifer meets Taylor, and it's so cute. And I thought this was so cool, where he had a different memory, kind of like a multiverse theory kind of thing, and he had a different memory, and of what if he had never left Taylor, and it was so cute. They're so adorable. I love Lucifer and Taylor. Oh my god. I'm trying to think how I would name it. But whatever. And this is why I love Tom Sniegoski's writing, because as I said I think I've said it in all the other Book Nerdigan discussion videos, is he leaves no stone unturned. Because we get every point of view, and that's why the series is so long, is because we get every point of view from every character, even the minor characters. And like, even the Archons, we get a point of view. And where they are working on making preparations to reverse the Word of God, which, if you didn't read the Aerie, you don't know what the Word of God is, you probably should go read the Aerie, and so you know what it is. And then Archon Zhao cut a gash into Lucifer's body, and he says, "Bring me the ceremonial bowl. We cannot waste a drop." And what that reminds me is, it reminds me of the Embrace series. I can't remember which book. I think it was the third book. I think it was Endless. No, it wasn't Endless. Oh my god, Kami and Arceus. I just have to see this for a second. It's gonna bug me. Where is it? Oh, it was Entice. That's what it was. It was either Entice or in Blaze, where they used used a ceremonial bowl. And it was also in the Angel Fire series by Courtney Moulton, where they used a ceremonial bowl as well. So, yeah. But it was for a different purpose. For the Embrace series, it was to get the Gregory, the different scrolls, where you had the scroll of every Gregory that was supposed to come into being, and the scrolls of every exile in existence. And for the oh my god, what am I calling an Arceus? What am I thinking? For the Angel Fire series by Courtney Moulton, what the bowl was for was to give Lilith solid body, and it was also to give Azazel solid body. And then there was also another ceremonial bowl it was more of a goblet in Rapture by Lauren Kate. But yeah, I just had to say it. Just in case I missed the sentence by Archon Zhao, he said, "Every drop must serve our master's cause." And Archon Aureus says, where are you? Is that what he is to us now, brother? When we first joined Virgil's quest to rid the world of God's offenders, we did so as equals, sharing the power's abhorrence for those who has sinned against heaven. But now it appears we are nothing more than servants of his rage. And then Archon Jalaboath says this. He says, "Remember the fate of our brothers, Saboeth and Rathaul, and their actions did not please our master, and for that they paid a price most dear." And Aureus says, "Why can't you say it, brother? Paid a price most dear indeed. Virgil killed them in a fit of rage. It seems that our master has become quite enamored with the act of murder." Yeah, Virgil has unleashed his inner Vegeta. Let's go with that. And Damiel says, "I do not want to hear this. Sacrifices must be made to achieve one's ultimate goals. Virgil's cause is just one, a final attempt to right a grievous wrong." Okay. Yeah. Let me just get to the next part here. Hold on a second. I almost lost my spot. Okay, so then Aureus says, "The killing of our Malachine pedagogue with more..." If you don't know what pedagogue is, look it up. With more to follow, and this is why I love reading books, because you learn more expands your vocabulary. Pedagogue, with more to follow if we have what we need to complete the right to unravel the words of the most holy and unleash hell upon the world. Is that how grievous wrong is righted, my Archon brothers? And you know what? I gotta bring Attack on Titan and also Akame ga Kill into this. I gotta be a manga nerd again for a second here. For those that haven't read Akame ga Kill or Attack on Titan, like, the characters realize that the kingdom, what's going on in their respected kingdoms and what their respected rulers are doing is completely insane, and it's going to destroy all of, well, in the case of Attack on Titan, it's going to destroy all of humanity. And in the case of Akame ga Kill, it's, they're going to just freaking destroy the empire from within. It's insane. Okay. And then we have Catspiel, who's completely eyeless. It's too late to be thinking such things. Events have transpired beyond our abilities to control. We are just cogs in the great mechanism that has been set in motion. And Oria says, so you say we are to continue as we are, carrying out the wants and desires of one who could very well damn us all. And Catspiel says, yes, but I would not concern yourself with potential damnation, brother. And Orias says, for what we have done and are about to do, we are already damned. Damn straight, Orias is like the only one that's using his brain. You have to wonder if, to an extent, if he's the only one left with free will out of the Archons. Like, do you nerdigans think that Virgil took away their free will? And then we got the Krause point of view. Like, Krause's point of view is so interesting because, wait, do I have it? Yeah, because Krause is healing Virgil, he healed his blindness, and made me kind of think of, in a way, of Majin Buu when he healed that boy of his blindness, but whatever. So, how Virgil cured Krause's blindness was what he did was he gently kissed each milky cataract-covered eye, and Krause gently saw the master that he had served these many years. The scars of battle, the burns seeping, and the red and the wings now gone to seed, molted in the color of grime. But the healer, once blind, now saw his master for what he truly was. He saw a monster. Like, cause he was just, I think, what Krause was just picturing this god. And when he was able to finally see, he saw Virgil for what he was, a monster. It kind of makes me think of, oh my god, the Angelburn series. When humans finally saw what angels were doing to them, that they were actually making them sick. That's what it makes me think of. And then, let's see. And then Aaron's, angelic powers have become second nature, and again, this kind of sounds like Angelburn, where Sebastian and by L.A. Weatherly, by the way, where Sebastian and oh my god, and Willow's angelic nature became second nature. Like, once they embraced their angelic side, it became like a part of them. Because at first they were kind of like separated, and they felt like it was like a separate person, but then once they became one with their angelic side, it all made sense. Okay, so now we have Lahash here. So he says, Hellboy, I love Lahash. Hellboy, but you put Virgil down for the count and get us back to heaven, you could act any way you damn well please. Because Aaron was dealing with some bullshit with some of the other people of the Aerie. And Scholar on how they knew Lucifer was Aaron's father. Like, Scholar in a way kind of reminds me of Armin from Attack on Titan to an extent. I don't know, man. You showed us as much that first day we met. Yeah, this is why. First day we met, when you manifested your angelic abilities, even through the manacles, Belphegor and I knew then that only an angel of enormous power could have sired one such as you. And then he goes on to say this, the sigils, we believe that the sigils were significant to the angelic entity that sired you, but little did we imagine how much. So the sigils, what they are special symbols representing the names of the elite soldiers that swore their allegiance to your father, basically Lucifer, and his cause, and soldiers that died during the Battle of Heaven. And that's why, remember, I think it was the Aerie, when Aaron was dreaming of Lucifer and saw the angels swearing allegiance to him. That's why Aaron was having that dream. Soldiers that died during the Battle of Heaven. Before the fighting began, the Morning Star gave each of his soldiers a special mark to show how important they were to him. It was a piece of himself that he adorned them, a piece of his power. We believe that if Lucifer is indeed seeking absolution for his sins, then you represent his apology to God and all those who died for his insane cause. He was afraid that he was no longer loved, as were we all. And this is why I love this series, because, like, Lucifer and the rest of the angels, hashtag AngelReadAthon, all the rest of the books in the hashtag AngelReadAthon, he's such an asshole. Like, I can't stand Lucifer and the rest of the Angel series. He's such a dick. Like, this makes Lucifer, well, with the exception of Embrace. The Embrace series, Lucifer is pretty chill. Lucifer is fine in the Embrace series because because Lucifer is more of a balance. He's more of a balance to Archangel Michael, and he's cool. And that's the only exception, that Lucifer is cool. Like, the other series, Lucifer is such an ass, and I can't stand it. Like, this is like, this book or this series is, yeah, it humanizes Lucifer, but, like, it makes hell make a lot more sense than just a freaking piece of like all this crap in the ground. But yeah. Let's see. And then Vilma's, oh man, when Vilma's angelic side took control of her, that crap was scary. Like, how Vilma's angelic side took control of her is how not to bond with your angelic side. And now we get to Virgil. And he says, rally yourselves, my brethren, for I have need of your warrior skills. The last 2 Malachim have been found. The final fragments of the right we seek will soon be in our grasp. And this kind of shit reminds me of Angel Fire, the one by Courtney Moulton. It reminds me of how the Dark Reapers, Dark Angel, the Dark Reapers, or the Demonic Reapers, there we go, wanted to kill the Gregory, kill all the Gregory. That's what it reminds me of. And Catspiel cast a spell to the locations, and this is important because it's going to come up again. And it says, know as I see as I see. And then here we go for Scholar on Hell, and it proves that you Christians are fucking wrong and us Jews are right. And I have to ask you, Tom, gotta ask, did you base this on Jew mythology like I think you did, Jew angel mythology? Please say you did, because you're proving that Jews were right and you Christians are fucking wrong, because a lot of the angel mythology books that I've done this hashtag AngelReadAthon have been mostly Christian-based mythology. And I like when we get the Jew angel mythology. So this is what Scholar says on hell. Hell is not a place per se. It is more of a state of being as well. And of course there's a heaven. Otherwise the whole reason for your conception wouldn't even exist. And here's the thing with hell. Like, this is Jews don't really believe in heaven, but like, I just remember my rabbi explaining this to me about hell being a state of being, and like how Jews try to balance the good and evil inside of them. But yeah, I like what they said about, I like what you put about hell. That was great. And I love what you had Scholar said about heaven. That was really funny. It kind of reminded me of something that that Levi from Attack on Titan would say. Here we go. So now we're going to get the explanation of hell, more explanation of hell from Scholar. Humankind has been fascinated by the concept of an underworld, a hell, since first leaving the trees sitting around blazing campfires, speculating about the fate of their souls after death. They wondered what could happen when they were no more, struggling to unravel the vast mysteries of life in a strange and unknowable world. The early humans wove a manner of fantastic tales about underworld deities and perilous journeys to the afterlife, aka Hades, aka, well, Hades is Pluto, and aka, oh my god, Anubis. There we go. Let's see. The stories were passed down from parent to child by word of mouth with every generation, adding a little of its own spice to the mix. Organized religion fine-tuned these theories into elaborate cause and effect scenarios, but it was always meant to be the same. Good behavior meant salvation, evil meant damnation. To some, being banished from heaven was the ultimate damnation. But it was your sire, the son of the morning, Lucifer Morningstar, that experienced and probably still endures a level of hell in which all others pale in comparison. All the pain, all the violence that he was responsible for was collected in one seething mass of misery, and it was put inside of him so that he would forever feel the extent of the suffering he caused. He was the first of the fallen, and those who had taken up his cause followed him to earth, sharing his banishment from heaven. And then Lucifer wandered the globe. Some say he was so bitterly angry with God that he turned to evil, doing everything in his power to corrupt the world of which the Creator was so proud. If he was a creature of evil, if he was the unrepenting Scrooge that your popular culture suggests, would it have been possible for him to conceive a being whose sole reason for living is to bring redemption not only for himself, but for all who were tempted by him? I think not. This freaking paragraph, or this passage right here, makes me love this book even more about why I love Lucifer. Like, I can't stand Lucifer and the other fucking Angel series. Well, again, except for the Embrace series. Embrace series is different. And I'll mention it a little late. I'll probably mention, I'm not going to mention it. Mention it again. Go read the freaking Embrace series, people. Go read it. Just go read the Embrace series by Jessica Shervington. It's definitely worth it. Let's get to it. Here we go. So Virgil still believes in his mission, and this is still scholar talking. No matter how foul and twisted it has become, he still believes in the ultimate punishment for those who question the word of God. If we pathetic creatures can receive absolution, then so should he, basically Lucifer, for he did only what the others of us were not brave or strong enough to do ourselves. Damn! Like, considering the other angels should be freaking bitter and pissed the fuck off, gotta give them props. Let's see. I love Scholar. Scholar's awesome. And the angelic magic that Catspiel used was is draining his life force. And that's important because, like, from what I understand, is that it only affects the Archon magic, especially in large doses, will affect the life force, especially constantly because the body does not have enough time to recover because Archon magic drains you. It really does. Let's see. Here we go. For Virgil, here we go. The Malachim had always been fascinated with the ways of the human monkeys. This is when I think of Frieza when he says the human monkeys. But he's not Frieza. He's more of a Vegeta. Observing their every movement along the evolutionary path, Virgil still believed the species to be a little more than clever animals and saw no real future for them. And this is when Virgil had a real Frieza moment just now. We didn't wish it to be this way. We begged him to surrender, but he chose instead to fight. It was as if he wanted to die. Give me what I want and I will let you live. That was fucking Frieza on Namek shit. And that was Vegeta too. That was a Vegeta moment as well, because he just wanted the Dragon Balls. He wanted his shit, and yeah. And the other Malachim said, "We know what you took from Brother Palil. You tamper with forces far beyond your capacity to understand. I ask you, Angels of the Power Host, to abandon this madness before it is too late." This is extremely important. And I love when authors do this, when they tie everything in all the books. Like little things from the beginning. Like, it happens in every single book, and I love it. Okay. And then Raphael. Yeah, see, Raphael, I love when Raphael comes back. Like, Raphael is awesome. Like, in every book that Raphael is in, he is somehow, like, I think except for this one, he is not as funny. But wait till we get to the next series. Even though he has a brief appearance, Rafi is still funny. Let's get to it. Raphael said, "Please, wait a minute. Yeah, allow us our lives and we'll give you what you want." Coward! Virgil says, "Silence. Drop the spell of protection and I will consider your offer." Yes, it is, Catspiel. Your offer is too costly. You and your brother are too dangerous to be left alive. I hope you can understand my situation. And Raphael says, "I hope you hope you will understand mine." And then he stabbed Catspiel. That was so awesome when he stabbed Catspiel and got away. That reminded me of Raphael in Perrin in the End of Days. I was like thinking, yes, that is Raphael and Perrin in the End of Days. He would do the same exact thing. And then Gabriel, our dog Gabriel, the dog Gabriel, not the angel. So Gabriel has developed the ability of having a strange psychic connection with all things. And including with all things Nephilim, with all things Nephilim. And this is what he says. He says, I'll help you. Just let me inside your thoughts, and we'll see if we can put it back to sleep. That's it. And this is with Vilma. And Vilma has completely lost control. And then we see her wings, and they're spots of white, brown, and black. And that's like, I love how in this series the Nephil's wings are different colors. And I'm gonna when we get to the because I'm rereading the Immortal City right now, and it's gonna make a little bit more sense how an angel's wing, why angels' wings are a little bit different. But it kind of mentioned it was kind of mentioned in Rapture by Lauren Kate how angels' wings are kind of different. So just go fucking read those books. Let's see. And then Lahash says this. He says the merger's just not happening right with her. She's a danger to herself, to us, and the world. And Taylor. So now we're gonna get back to Lucifer's subconsciousness. So they're going into this cave, and Taylor's still with him. And they're so freaking cute together. You know what it reminds me of? And it's going to probably, if you're a fairy tale fan, you're totally going to agree with me on this. And it's probably going to tear your heartstrings, especially after this week's chapter. It totally makes me think of Gajiel and Levi. It totally makes me think of Gajevi. It does. Just think about it, fairy tale manga nerdigans. It totally is Gajevi. Just totally is. Let's see. So they see, as they're going through the cave, they see wall art of how the universe is created. And Taylor says this, that really pissed you off, didn't it? And Lucifer said, yes, it did. And he eyed the interpretation of Eden and its first inhabitants. I was jealous. And like, I just love, he was jealous of the humans. And I love Taylor. Like, Taylor is just freaking hilarious. Did you have to start a war? Couldn't you have had a nice talk? Told him how you were feeling? And Lucifer is like, I was angry. And Taylor says, no kidding. I bet seeing it drawn out like this makes you feel pretty stupid. And then at the end of the passage, when God came down from the heaven to deliver the verdict and his punishment, have you accepted that? And Lucifer says it was what I deserved. I just fucking love when Taylor said that, I bet seeing it drawn out like this makes you feel makes you feel pretty stupid. I was like, Taylor, yes, I would say the same exact thing. I totally would. She has a lot of balls for saying that. So then we get to the psychic representation of God's word, which is an enormous door of metal with thick chains and a lock of every size, And God's word is the curse that kept the accumulated pain and sorrow of war in heaven locked away inside of him. Basically, it's hell. That's what it really is hell is psychically locked inside of Lucifer's consciousness. And basically, in order for Virgil to succeed, he has to get through that door and those locks. And then now we're going to get back to Scholar. So there's plenty about Nephilim, but nothing about nothing on how to control them once they're out of balance. Because there isn't any way, and one of the reasons why the power started killing Nephilim, and the angelic essence is sometimes too much for the human aspect to deal with. It's too strong, and it takes control, makes them crazy dangerous. The angelic nature is already stronger than our human half. It would eat her alive, and we'd have the same problem we started with. Pure angelic power running amok. Well, no shit. Why do you think when, oh my god, why do you think in the Sweet Evil series they were talking about the mother, when the mother gave birth to, excuse me, when the mother died giving birth to Nephilim? Why? Why do you think that happened? There you go. Let's see. So now we're getting, a scholar mentions who taught the more detail about, the Malachim teaching the Archons. So they're called the Malachim, and if you can't get a meeting with the Lord God Almighty, then they're the next best thing. And Laura Lee says this, it says here that they were the archmages of angelic magics and keepers of forbidden knowledge, knowledge known only to God. And then we get more info from Scholar. What we do know for certain is that the Malachim were created to be extensions of God, the receptacles of all his wisdom and knowledge, forbidden or otherwise. The Malachim supposedly came to Earth after the war in heaven to study and record the changes caused by the fallen. And the Malachim have hidden themselves away, and there hasn't been any contact between our kind and them for thousands upon thousands of years. And the first spell of concealment ever to be placed upon our sanctuary, and the Malachim who visited approved of what Belphegor was doing and gave us his blessing, which meant God's blessing. So basically the Malachim approved of what they were doing. So Verchiel's logic is so fucking flawed, and we're going to find out later why Verchiel's logic is so fucking flawed. And I love how, and this is why I have problems with, that's why I had a problem with Waterfall, and this is why I had a little bit of a problem with Rapture, but not as much as Waterfall, and it's why I'm going to have a problem with Battle Angel. Because the way Tom kept the logic consistent, and it just made sense. There we go. Here we go. And Verchiel says that, now we're getting back to Verchiel. This is yet another example of how the Lord rewards those who serve him faithfully. All my wounds, and Verchiel's wounds are fucking rotten and nasty. Received in service to his holy cause, open again and weeping. Verchiel is fucking delusional. Like, he must have had some freaking popo acid and probably some Kool-Aid to think of that. He must have had some holy Kool-Aid. Yeah, that's for sure. Yes, I do believe that he is attempting to commune with me through his actions or lack thereof. He is telling me that the sinful have won, that the wretched and the cursed, the criminals and the abomination whose taint has poisoned the heavens above and the earth below hold indomitable sway over all. But I will not hear of it. I will not surrender to those who should have died beneath my heel. I shall see it all turn to hell before I give it away. And this is the backwards thinking of Verchiel, folks. And to think the one that began it all, who brought war to paradise and still had the audacity to believe that his sins could be forgiven, shall be the instrument of my defiance. It brings me a certain satisfaction to know that the prophecy will never find forgiveness at the hands of his son. And don't tell me you didn't know, or at least suspect, Morningstar, why the Nephilim of prophecy, the one called Aaron Corbett, he is your son. Like, you know what? As soon as he would have said Aaron Corbett, Lucifer would have been like, you would think Lucifer would be like, Corbett? Wait a second. My woman was named, has the same last name. Wait a second. But Lucifer's got other problems. And, seriously, like, Gabriel's supernose, like, freaking kicks ass. Like, Gabriel is like the angelic dog. He is awesome. And then Taylor says this about Aaron. He says his name is Aaron and means exalted on high. And then we get to Raphael, because Aaron meets Raphael. So he says this, I am Raphael of the Malachim, and I beg your forgiveness. I thought you to be the servants of the renegade Verchiel. Reminds you, oh man, there's so many renegade angels in this hashtag AngelReadAthon, it's not even fucking funny. I can name them right now. Let's see. Renegade angels. There was Uriel in Permanent and the End of Days. There was, oh my, Kami and Arceus. Nah, those were fallen. I was thinking about the ones in Hush Hush, but those don't count because they were, fallen. There was, well, I'll get to the 7 in the next series, which is in the Halo trilogy, by Alex Aldrinetto. There's also, there's the Scale in the Fallen series by by Lauren Kate, and there's also the oh my god. There's also the Angels of Light and the Guardians. That's what it is. The Guardians in Beautiful Dark. Yeah, those are corrupt. Those are a lot of corrupt angels. That's off the top of my head. I can think about. There is no mistake, but of course you're not. There is no mistaking the sigils upon your body, son of Morning Star. The Malachim have known of your coming for a very long time. Yes, they could see the future. Malachim could see the future, like Bach the Almighty. Let's see. In fact, we were responsible, my brothers and I, for providing the seer with the vision that described the prophecy for which you are an important part. Yeah! So for those Bleach Manga Nerdican fans, yeah, that is the power of the Almighty. I'm telling you, it's the power of the Almighty that Bach has. It's like when Bach gave that power to Hashawal. Well, Bach was asleep, but you know what I mean. Let's see. That's what our little hideaway has been about. Where are you? A place for my brethren and I to get away from our duties, to relax and ponder what we may have seen, or what we have seen. Verchil killed them, both, my brothers, taking from them knowledge that is not meant for an angel of his caste. Yeah, powers are not that high on the angel caste. They took us by surprise using powerful magics that we ourselves taught the mages in his service. But there's something consistent with the powers. They're supposed to be loyal to a T. With our ability to glimpse the future, you would think we should have been able to prepare for this, but then maybe because it was inevitable subconsciously, we chose not to see it. I like that you covered that, Tom, because that explains a lot. You covered that loophole. Before our time is up, however, this is for your mate. Yes, your mate. And may I be the first to say that your children will be absolutely magnificent. And it all seems so brief when confronted with your inevitable demise. You are to leave here now. There's nothing you can do for me. Return to Aerie, help your mate, and meet your own destiny. It's gonna come up! What he just said about Aaron's kids! It's gonna come up again! Let's see. And like freaking A, Verchil has motherfucking good aim. Like, damn. At least Aaron's gonna be okay. And then Verchil says this: give in, Morningstar. Accept your responsibility, not only for the fall of heaven, but now for the ruin of mankind as well. The pain that you must have experienced these countless millennia, my brother. Now you have a chance to be free of it. Let your punishment be shared by all who have sinned. And Lucifer says, thank you. If not for this, for you, I would have never met my son. Yee! And that which had come to be known as hell surged out from within him, a geyser of rage, pain, sadness, and misery garnered from the most horrible event ever to befall the kingdom of God. It's like, oh shit! Like, what the fuck? There's worse coming in this book, in this series, folks. Not just this book. There's worse. And I love this series so fucking much. And Scholar, now we're getting the Scholar. And the one shall come that will bring about the end of their pain, his furious struggle, building a bridge between the penitent and what has been lost. That's a line from the prophecy. Your prophecy, Aaron. Seriously. And then now we're going to Lucifer. Now we get to have the father-son moment. I think it was in Lucifer's subconsciousness. And Lucifer to Aaron, you've got to use it. The pain. Oh, no, this wasn't in, subconsciousness. No, Aaron went to go rescue Lucifer. That's right. So Lucifer says this to Aaron. You've got to use it, the pain. Use it as a fuel to move past the torment to the light at the end of the tunnel. Punishment to absolution. It's what kept me relatively sane since the fall. Like, seriously, how else would Lucifer be relatively sane? It's good to see you in person, son. Only wish the circumstances were a bit less hairy. Let me help you. Oh! And then Verchil says, the end is upon us. And then Aaron says this. I love what Aaron says. It makes me think of like Future Trunks and Teen Gohan right here. I think more Future Trunks, like when he fights Cell. He says this, that's probably the first and last time I'll ever agree with you, you son of a bitch. Do you honestly believe that we're entirely to blame? That we've somehow pulled one over on God and you're the only one who knows about it? What a load of crap. Since we're committed, crimes so unimaginable that they could ever be forgiven. Or can they? I wear their names, those who died fighting for Lucifer's cause, and inside of me lives a piece of each and every one of them. A monstrosity, wait a minute. Was that for Cheel? Hold on. Oh, no. A monstrosity who knows their jealousy. This is still Aaron. That feels what it was like when God seemed to turn away from them to embrace another creation on a new world. I know how desperate they were to regain their honor. Or not regain their honor. Regain his favor. Desperate enough to do something foolish. The fallen eventually realized they were wrong. But have you? If God told you right now that they were to be given a chance to do penance, to prove that prove they were truly sorry, would you even be able to hear him? Exactly. You followed your commands, Virgil. You got trolled, motherfucker. Yes, did. And then Lucifer says, I'm taking it back. It is not the world's burden. It is my punishment. I am its master, and it's mine alone to bear. And then Krause is awesome, and he saves Lucifer. I was like, yay, Krause! Krause is awesome. I love Krause. And then post-stabbing Virgil and flying away, Lucifer, flying away, Lucifer says this, be careful, we've got quite a bit to discuss when this is all over. I was like, oh, Lucifer! He's so sweet. He's such a good papa. And then Aaron says to Virgil, I forgive you, but will he? I am so sorry. And then, bye-bye, Virgil. God's got some words with you, Virgil. Yeah, God's got some words with you, Virgil. Yes, he does. And then Aaron took Lucifer and Krause back to the Aerie, and Krause is awesome because thank Kami that Virgil gave Krause all that training, because it definitely comes in handy. And then Aaron and Vilma kissed, and I was so happy. And then Lucifer apologized for what he did, and some of the fallen actually forgave him. And then others turned their backs, not yet willing to forgive him for his sins. And you know what? Why the fuck are you holding grudges? I understand people hold grudges and angels hold grudges, but this was millennia ago. Let it go, you dumbass angels. Just let it go. And then we find out Scholar's real name is Tamail. I kind of like that. And then Aaron sent all the fallen home. Oh my god, Lahash's goodbye with Laura Lee was so sad. I was like, oh, poor Laura Lee. She really loves Lahash. It was so sweet. And Lahash hugged Laura Lee before he left, and it was so sad. And then Aaron was gonna, let Lucifer go, but Lucifer up, but it's not his time. And the reason why I said like Lucifer is kind of like a Piccolo to his Gohan in a sense is that it reminds me of when the Nameks went to New Namek and Piccolo decided to stay on Earth. He said that Piccolo said that he didn't go. Gohan asked him, "Why didn't you go to New Namek with the rest of the Nameks?" And he says, "I feel like my place is here," and that's it. Kind of mean like yeah. I think the reason why God wanted Lucifer to stay there is God feels like Lucifer's place is there. There's to guide them, like Piccolo was guiding Gohan, and then later on guiding Trunks and Goten. And then Aaron stepped toward him and gently laid his hand upon his father's chest, and he felt the power at his core rising, and for a fleeting moment believed that it was about to occur, that it was to come full circle, and the final forgiveness was about to be bestowed upon the one who started it all, but it wasn't meant to be. The divine power receded deep inside him, dwindling away to but a burning ember in the center of his being. "I'm sorry," Aaron said, removing his hand from his father's chest, and the first of the fallen smiled at him. It was a sad smile, but one full of understanding and immeasurable patience. So, Lucifer has grown as a person, because you would think he would be pissed the fuck off, but he's not. He understands. "So am I," Lucifer said, returning his gaze to the brightening morning sky about Aerie, gently stroking the tiny animal nestled within the palm of his hand. "So am I." And now we get to the epilogue. Hold on, I want to see something here. Oh man, sorry this video is long, but there's a lot of content here. So the epilogue is 6 months later, and Lucifer and Aaron moved to the new Aerie to St. Athanasius Church and Orphanage, and the fallen angels of Aerie were gone, but the Nephilim remained, and they were to be the new protectors of a world rife with paranormal dangers. as he could sense the emerging Nephilim, Aaron could sense the, as he could sense the emerging Nephilim, so could the fallen angels detect the presence of things that had no right to be upon this world. Foreshadowing! That wished Earth and its inhabitants harm. And yay, Lucifer is going to help Lauralee and Aaron train the new Neph. I love it. See, that's why I said Lucifer is totally Piccolo. He just is. He's the Piccolo to Aaron's Gohan. I swear. So the Ravens, what happened was why they left was the Ravens' child estate had quite simply had been too large for their lesser number. And hopefully Lucifer will receive his absolution after training the Neph. So now we get to Jeremy Fox. So he'd been at the Eyrie for a day over 2 weeks, and he'd come from London, England. And Aaron had found him living on the streets of the great old city, begging for change and eating from dumpsters. And he hadn't been difficult to locate. The power of the Nephilim was strong inside him, and it practically cried out to be found. And he had not been adjusting well, and Lauralee was worried. Yeah. And, Velma's taking classes at a nearby college in the spring, and after the Fallen were forgiven, she returned to Lynn to get her high school diploma with honors. And this is how it ends with this one. This is Aaron, so, Yes, he told her, a smile upon his face that he couldn't control. When they decided to take the next step to marry and eventually have children, he knew that it would be the most amazing thing in his life, to have a family with her, something he looked forward to, something for the future. Yes, they will most certainly be magnificent, he told her. Until then, there was still so much that needed to be done. I love how we get so much, oh man, I love this book. This book is awesome. I love how we get more mythology in here, and, you know, a lot of the scenes especially, I like that we go through the journey of Lucifer through his subconscious and how he met Taylor, and we get to see a lot of their relationship and how it really was love, and, you know, we get to see why he was, you know, gelling and shit, and we get to, I love the touch, and, oh, man, so many feels when Lahash left. So many feels when Lahash left. I just feel so, I feel so bad for Lucifer, though. I really do. I don't feel bad for Vachil. He got what he fucking deserved. And I want to know, especially the manga nerdigans that watch that read fairy tale manga, do you guys think that Lucifer and Taylor are totally Gajeel and Levy? I'm telling you, they are totally Gajeel and Levy. Swear to Kami they are. But other than the Gajeel Levy connection with the love, I'm telling you, he is Piccolo to Aaron's Gohan. I swear. But I want to know what you thought about this. What do you think about the mythology that Tom presented here? And especially if you've been following the #AngelReadAthon, did I miss something that reminded you of some of the other angel mythology books I covered? And what do you think about the renegade powers and the karma? Do you think karma is a bitch? Anyway, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I want to know, I want to know so far if this was your favorite book in the series, or did you like the other three more? Like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you love what I'm doing, please become a nerd again today and donate to my Patreon. The link is in the description box below. And if you want to see more shenanigans I'm causing on the interwebs, follow me on Twitter. Oh my gosh. The information for my Twitter is in the description box below. And until next time, nerdigans, I will be seeing you in the next Book Nerdigan discussion video, which is going to be End of Days by Thomas E. Sniegoski. Until next time, nerdigans, bye!